Hey traders, hope everybody had a good day trading today. This is Jeff from zentrader.ca. Today we saw action that would be best described as churn. We seem to be stuck in this place where the markets are trying to figure out if they're going to roll over or if they're going to push higher. I don't really know what's going to happen. My timing signal remains negative, so that's the way I'm going to trade. But I'm not going to be adding any new positions until these ones are profitable. So that's where we are with the NASDAQ chart here. Basically, the question is whether this was a great buying opportunity or if this was, a sell-off that a lot of people got long and then they're going to be trapped on. We're seeing strength in the NASDAQ, not as much strength in the Dow. You can see here the RSI bounced from oversold to overbought, and this is what you want to see if you're bullish. The Dow, not quite so much. Basically, went from oversold, and now we're kind of right around this 60 range where typically if the markets are going to sell off, if the Dow's going to sell off, this is the area where it's going to do it, and you can see that it is having some challenges right around that area. One thing that the NASDAQ has going against it, in my opinion, is that volume has been light over these last three up days and extremely light today in this this churn, I guess is the best way you can describe it. Looking at the ADX, I use this indicator a lot. And typically when the ADX goes above 50, whether you're looking at a daily, a weekly, a 60-minute, a 15-minute, that's generally very overbought. And it needs to have a significant correction. And this 3 days down is not a significant correction. The ADX has to, for lack of a better word, recycle, go down and kind of recycle and reset, and then, come down below 20, below 15 ideally, and kind of set up the next major move. So generally when you see it being extremely overbought or above 50 at this high reading, generally as the ADX moves down, the market will, or the chart will move down, and then kind of, maybe down to this lower Bollinger Band and then consolidate. And then if the ADX starts to move up with a spike with one of the, if the ADX starts to move up and the positive DI spikes up, then that generally means that the trend is going to continue. Hope that makes sense. My point in explaining this is that rallies don't typically start when the ADX has been above 50, has come down to around 40, which is still a very high reading, and then continue higher. I mean, it's not implausible, but it just generally doesn't happen. The TSX, over the weekend, I wrote that it gave a sell signal on Friday and that I was going to open up a short position. I did that at the open, and so far that's working for me. And it looks like it's forming a little flag here, and it could break more, continue to break down. You can see here it's stalled right at 60, just like this level, after being oversold, severely oversold. The more oversold, here's a little tip: the more oversold this gets, the more higher the chance that it's going to stall around 60. And then you can flip that. The more overbought that it gets, the bullish would be around 40. But this looks very good. Running out of time, so I just wanted to show you. The percentage of stocks above the 50-day moving average on the NASDAQ has been declining for the entire month of February and March as we consolidate and hit new highs on the NASDAQ most of this time. So the market internals are getting weaker. So, all right, guys, talk to you later.